What up, y'all? It's your boy, Lost Dev, and
And
I'm here
Sean Two
with
Stacks.
the boy, the homie. Today we're gonna be doing a review on Fantastic Four, spoilers included. So if you don't want any spoilers, go ahead, click off now, come back later.
Yeah,
Um, I would like to start off by saying I personally enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a very well made film. It showed a lot of teamwork. This is also another film where we've gotten so many Fantastic Four movies. I think they decided to skip the origin story, which I enjoyed a lot. We're taking place with a well established team. You know, everybody knows them. There's cartoons, all that. They got merch, all of that. And that's one thing I'm loving about these remakes, I guess you would call them, of these movies. They're skipping the origins, which is great. We do not need another Fantastic Four origin story.
right. And let
That
me
being
jump.
said, I enjoyed that a lot. There was a lot of action. Um, I have a couple of gripes though. My main gripe is Mr. Fantastic didn't do a lot of he didn't do a lot of Mr. Fantastic, and he did not do a lot of stretching. That we seen him here and there, but everybody else was pulling their weight. He was
Yeah,
just the brains.
right. And let me jump in there too because on the topic of not going back and rehashing their origins and stuff, I like that, especially with this separate timeline that they have. World universe, not timeline. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
um, I agree with you with the great storytelling. But only thing I can disagree with you on with a lot of action part. Um, I feel like it wasn't a lot, and I had one gripe though. No, I had two gripes. Johnny and his flame on. How is his clothes not burning up?
You know, you can only assume Reed Richards had something to do with it. That's all I know.
Right.
That's the only thing I can assume is that he gave him some good clothes. Um, and now that you're saying it, they could have had way more action.
Right.
But thinking about them going to see Galactus and honestly, Silver Surfer, she didn't do much either. Um, she was just there and gone.
Right.
The fight scene with them flying through the wormhole, I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was sweet. Now that was sweet.
Seeing that Silver Surfer actually escaped a black hole was pretty cool too. Um, I like Galactus. I like how they had him in this. I think they did a great job with the design.
Look
Um,
like how you supposed to look.
yeah, he A1 in my opinion. I think it's funny. At the end, they're fighting Galactus, y'all. They thought this man was gonna go for the okey doke. They had Franklin in the carrier. They were gonna use him as bait and then do the little okey doke, swap him out. And they thought that shit was gonna be sweet. Galactus took one step. He said, "Nope." Scanned the perimeter, found him. Boom. I thought that was funny. Um, I think the funniest part for me personally, which is kind of odd, is how Sue Storm pushes Galactus and she uses all her power and dies. I just think that's funny, bro.
Dude, I didn't get that. Like, damn, you exerted yourself, you die.
You, uh, but it showed
But
they all got limits, though.
right. But I I have my other gripe is they need I feel like when the movie comes out, they need to stop comparing or using Endgame as the metering stick. They need to I
Yeah,
wish that would just die. Like some avenues I've seen best Marvel movie since Endgame or almost better than Endgame, and I'm just looking like where. And a lot of those, I was talking to Dev about this the other day, and come to find out, it wasn't like the social medias that's promoting it. It was like other socials that's like other entities that's reviewing it, just like we are saying that. And me
Hmm.
personally, I had made a comment on one of the Facebook Marvel posts, and I kept saying people saying it's better than Superman. I'm just like, I'm like this. Who cares? They both good movies, and from both, I like DC and Marvel. They both did a good job with basically revamping a reboot of a different entity with Superman and with Fantastic Four. They both did a good job.
I would agree strongly.
And on top of that too, and I'm being honest, I'm probably the only one out of our group who really don't care for Fantastic Four like that. But I can sit here honestly and say it's a good movie, but it could be a better movie if they up the action. Because like to touch on what Dev said, Mr. Fantastic was he usually in his lab, he all over the place, literally stretching, da da da, this and that. You really didn't see that until
Yeah, you just didn't get much of him stretching at all. It's just like he didn't even like try to even like do a hammer fist, dog. Like
right.
he didn't
And,
inflate at all. I mean,
and
just all the
also
things I'd want to see.
we ain't really see Ben get to whoop people like that.
True.
We ain't get to see Ben with like I want to see Ben do what he do, and I felt like Johnny ain't really shit talk like he usually shit talk. He did what he did, but they gave him more of a
I think the word I would use is like a modest like
yeah,
approach.
yeah. Like he wasn't like the full fledged Johnny. Like I feel like this Johnny was a little bit too mature.
I don't know. It was
But
kind of refreshing for me. I kind of like seeing that, but
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'm just
yeah,
saying. I feel like when the other movies come together, I'm pretty sure he gonna get to be himself more.
yeah,
But they did do a good job, like of showing the team, they dynamics, and their world, and how they're saviors to their world. And like the end credits too. One of them was like, oh yeah, the other one was like, nah. You the very last one, if y'all sit through this and y'all haven't seen the movie, you don't have to wait for the last one. The last one is just pretty much a cartoon. So
yeah. It's a cartoon, and you see the Sentinel in there.
right.
That's it.
But besides that, Dev, would you recommend this movie to somebody?
I would highly recommend the movie. I would give it an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10, in my opinion.
I'll give it an 8.
I thought it was a really well made movie, and an 8's pretty fair. I thinking about everything that has came out since Endgame though, this is pretty good. Like the effects were good, story was
Right.
well written,
Wasn't rushed.
wasn't rushed. I
It
can
was it was slow at some points, but it
yeah, I got
wasn't rushed.
minimal gripes. So I think it's a dub in my book. I recommend it.
Yeah, they ain't no. It's definitely not a flop. Not a flop. Now, if Marvel could just keep up with the other movies and stuff
Let's
being good,
get it. Come on.
Marvel, you'll be back. And I'm just saying this with DC too. Hey, keep doing what y'all doing. Hey, because if we can have both comic book companies eating good, shit, good cinema for us,
Yes, sir.
the customer. Got
Y'all got
anything
nothing
else?
else?
Hey, we out. Let us know. Matter of fact, let us know in the comments what y'all think, because we got our opinion. We want to hear yours. Peace.